Welcome. Let's make sure it's on. Yeah, it's on. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. If you are seeing this part of the video, you may be catching it on replay. So if you can hashtag replay in the comments for me, I would so appreciate it. Sorry guys, my volume button is messing up. Oh my. I thought I had it all set. Okay. Hopefully we're set now. It was flashing. You just never know, right? Hey Cheryl. Thank you guys for hopping on. This is a wood surface that I had gotten from Dollar Tree back when you could get them from Dollar Tree for $3, but we haven't had any around here for a really long time for that price. So definitely haven't been able to find it here. Have you guys been able to find them anywhere? Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing this morning? Thank you so much for sprinkling. Well, I thought I was set to go, and then things kind of fell apart. We've got it back together, I think. We just never know, right? Come on in, say hi, let me know you're here as you're hopping on. We're going to get a coat of paint on here real quick so it can dry. I don't think we're going to do more than one coat because I don't want... Whoa. Welcome, you guys. I don't want it to be really thick. Well, let's see if we can get some of this off. That came out in a hurry. Sorry, I know I'm blocking everything. Wow. I've never had that happen in that amount before. That was crazy. Hi, LaDonna. Welcome to paint pour, right? Although doing paint pours are fun, and we should probably do that sometime. Okay, now I probably took too much off, but I don't know. We'll see. Come on in. We're gonna do this really cute bunny print. I'll show it to you here in a second. We're gonna make some felt flowers. We're gonna do a few different things this morning, hopefully. I didn't get to put on my page that I would be live this morning, but I did send it out in Telegram. If you guys aren't on my Telegram, that link should be popping up when you come on live. And all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. And I do try to let you guys all know when I'm going live. It's just, I know Facebook doesn't always inform us, so it's just another way we can get the word out to you that we're gonna go live. Hi, Tina. How are you this morning? It's been a bit of a hectic morning. My granddaughter normally goes down for a nap between 9 and 9:30, but she wasn't acting like she was feeling really good this morning, so I did manage to get her down and then try to get everything ready to go live. Every Wednesday I should be live right around 10 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 11 o'clock Central. Just so you guys know, that's kind of a normal time for me now. Hi, Mary Beth. How are you doing this morning? It's good to see you. Happy Wednesday for sure. It is a sunny day in Colorado. If you guys are new to me, be sure and let us know so we can welcome you. Obviously, I didn't get off enough paint. My name is Darlia, and I am owner of Darshade Designs. Oh, stuttering there. And thank you for hopping on this morning. I will also gonna try to be live tomorrow morning at 10:15, so Mountain Time, 11:15 Central, and so on. So if you guys can catch me then. All right, we're just about done with this coat of paint on here. All right, I will do the back, but not while we're on, because I don't want to bore you guys with painting that too. Kind of do a few different things this morning, so hopefully you guys will like it. We're going to do some felt flowers. I haven't done that for a while. I felt it would go really good with this print. So this week I'm going to do this bunny print. And then next week, right before Easter, if you guys were on when I showed you the different prints that I had gotten, there was one of Jesus holding a lamb. And I am going to try to find something special to put that on. That's my hope anyway. So I was going through my stash in the garage this morning to see what I had, and I don't know, until I get out there and get that cleaned, it is impossible to find anything out there right now. I did get my craft room clean, but let me tell you, I've got to get it picked back up because it's starting to get a couple piles going. Hi, Angela. Hi, Vicky. It doesn't take long, for sure. And you can have it a mess again, and I do not want that going on. That was too much work to get it where it is now. All right, I have got that over there. We've got our surface painted. So I'm gonna set this to the side, I think, and we'll see how much it can dry while we're working on getting our print ready. I'll set it over in front of the fan. Hi, Timeless Artistry by Miriam. Hi, Bobby. How are you? Welcome, everyone, this morning. Don't want to get the table moving too much. You guys will get dizzy. That's not a good idea. Okay. So the print we're going to be using today is this pretty, oh, thank you, bunny with all the flowers around her. I loved this one when I saw it. So it's called Spring Bunny, and it's number, I have to get my glasses out, 1686, and this is the A4 size, if you guys are wondering. If any of you guys are interested in the prints, the link to Reba Rose Creations page is up in my description, and or I can also send you my affiliate link, whichever one. Just let me know that you guys need that, and I'll get it to you. Sorry, you guys. Now my hair is in my face. Let's see. I may be out of water, and I didn't even think about that. I have a tiny little bit, hopefully enough that we can get the edges of this print torn. I was like, oh, I got everything. Sure you do. Just gonna try to dry this off real quick. It's still pretty wet. Okay, hopefully that'll help. How are you guys doing this morning? How has your week been going so far? Mine has been going okay. My mom wasn't feeling the best, so I had to get some stuff for her Monday and then Tuesday, so got that done. She seemed to be doing better last night. Just tearing along the edges to get that white off after I wet it down with my brush. Every time I go live, I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring the water in here, fill up my spray bottle, get my water pens filled. Then it's like, well, I leave the room and forget all about it. Hi, Jan. How are you this morning? If I don't see you guys' comments, I will definitely go back and read through them. I do that every time I go live. Because I appreciate you guys being here and commenting. So, what do you guys think about this print? Do you like it? If you do, give me some hearts. I had to wrap my brush up because I didn't have any water in here too. So, if you guys were wondering, that was why. I've been trying to finish income tax, and that has been a chore and a half. Thankfully, almost there. Okay, last side, we've got to get some white off, and this one barely has any white on it. Oops, got a little bit too much water there, but it'll dry. This print is just so soft, and I was like delicate looking, and spring, of course. So, have you guys used a Reba Rose print before? The rice paper is really good quality. Her designs are amazing. All right, so our bunny is all ready. You guys can give me some hearts. Maybe I can give you some. There we go. I'm like, I'll give you guys some. But hi, Bonnie. How are you doing today? Okay, let's bring our surface back over here. Can you guys believe it is almost the middle of May? Not much longer. It's just crazy, right? Okay, we'll will be here, and then Easter will be here before we know it. All right, let's go ahead and finish drying this. Do you guys have any plans for Easter? Having family over? Are you guys going anywhere? We haven't had a chance to celebrate birthdays for the last 3 months. So we're going to combine that with Easter. And then do something with the kids. Easter egg hunt or something. I think we're going to keep the meal pretty simple this year. Hi, Devana. How are you doing? Thanks so much for sprinkling. I appreciate you hopping on. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Come on, paint, right? It's probably because I poured all that paint in the bottom. Hi, Patty. How are you this morning? Yeah, if you guys are just hopping on, I was talking about Wednesday at 10 o'clock will be pretty much a normal time for me to go live, because that's when I'm being sprinkled, shared over onto the Reba Rose page, and that's my time to do that. So hopefully you guys can catch me then. If not, of course, it's on replay, at least for 30 days. But now Facebook is deleting all of the videos after 30 days. So I'm trying to get those downloaded onto YouTube. I already have quite a few over there. Hi, Becky. Haven't seen you for a bit. How are you doing? Hi, Sheila. How are you this morning? So I'm working on I've gotten the more recent ones over there, and so I'm working on that. Sorry, guys. I don't know. The voice is just getting too dry. Hi, Joy's Crazy for Crafts. How are you doing this morning? All right, we're still a little wet here. It was just taking a bit for this paint, because I got a big glob dumped right in the middle. When I went to pour a little bit out, it was like, whew. So it must have really soaked into that wood there. Still just a little tacky. This year is just flying by, it seems like, anyway. Feels like we should still be in March. Okay, there's like 3 lines there that just don't want to dry. I don't know what the deal is. I think we're finally getting it. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean for it to take that long. All right, we're going to use a decoupage medium to adhere our print to our surface here. and this is Pintart Decoupage Varnish and Glue. It's the one I've really been liking lately. Oh, Jan, you're trying to teach yourself how to quilt. Yeah, I know I have to wear my glasses, have a bright light. Oh, Donna, well, thank you for hopping on. And you can always catch it in replay for sure. I mean, I'd obviously rather have you here, but I get that you have an appointment, so no worries. All right, so let's get this onto our surface. I have 3 quilts started because I do love to sew if you guys haven't been on my page. But I have not worked on them for a while. So then I decided, you know, since I haven't worked on those for a bit, I was going to try to make just, you know, a random quilt block here and there. And I started that, and I even haven't finished that. Like, oh, I don't know. Not enough time in the day. Whenever I get any of those things done, I will show them to you guys. But yeah, when it's harder to see, it definitely creates a huge challenge. I understand that. I'm putting a fair amount on here because this is rice paper, of course, so we want to make sure that we have enough. Doesn't need to be a ton, but enough to adhere it down well. And then we're going to make some felt flowers for this because I thought they would go really pretty with this. There's something else I'm thinking of adding here too. Oh, you've picked up quilting again, Jeanette? Yeah, I know. I've been watching all the quilting videos and stuff, and the way they quilt now is definitely, I mean, it's easier, but definitely different for sure. I'm thinking we might put some lace under this in the corners. And if I'm doing that, I think I'm going to want to do that before we put our print down. So, and I'm going to, I don't know if I should just lay it in the side or up over the edge. You had all that fabric given to you, Jeanette, so I understand. That was amazing. Let's see what it looks like. I couldn't decide if I wanted to use ivory or white. So let's check out both and see what you guys like best. Right? Yeah, you just cut squares and sewed them together. Well, and a lot of times, you know, in the past, it was like, this is a fun fact. Oh, quilling. I'm sorry, Jan. Maybe I need my glasses on right now, right? Yeah, for that, you would definitely need, that would be hard too. There's a lot of fabric, yeah, that you got. Oh, I like the white better. I think we're going to go with that. But my uncle, and my dad was 17 years older than my mom. He passed away in 2012. My mom's 82 now. And so my uncle was even older than my dad, just to kind of give you an idea of what, you know, years this was. My dad was born in the 1920s. And so he quilted, but yeah, it was just leftover clothes and stuff that they would cut up, shirts, you know, blankets, that parts of it may not be that great anymore, and so forth. Do I want it? Maybe I want it over. I can't decide, you guys. Maybe I will take it over, and I might not put it down tight. I might just pull it across here. I kind of like that, actually. All right, let's go ahead and put our print down after I dry it a little bit more. These rolls of lace I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I actually got these. I mean, I don't know if they still have them. I got them when they were clearancing out a bunch of one kind of brands, and I love them. So I would think they would still have them for weddings, but a lot of that stuff, when it goes on sale, is cheaper than what you can buy it for over, like in the fabric and all of that. So be sure and check out the wedding section, because for a while I was like, I don't need to go in the wedding section, you know, what do I need over there, right? But there's a lot of like flowers and ribbon and lace that you can get, and even some like surfaces and stuff that you can use, you know, that they use for tables and centerpieces and different things. So be sure and check all that stuff out. Okay, I think we're getting close. I'm gonna grab some parchment paper without tipping everything over, hopefully. You love the wedding aisle, Jenna? Yeah. Definitely some good deals over there sometimes too. So I'm just trying to center this. Up a little bit higher, I think. And our stuff wasn't quite dry. All right, I think that is pretty good, hopefully. What do you guys think? This is how it's looking so far. Isn't that cute? All right, let's iron it down. It's my used and reused parchment paper. Hi, Sheila. How are you today? Nope, see, I knocked something over. So yes, all of the quilts he did were like squares that he cut out of fabric. I just thought it was interesting that he did it and my aunt didn't do it. So, because he was a farmer, so he had the animals, he had all the crops, he was busy with all of that. So I was like, well, maybe that was his way to relax. I don't know. All right. Our print is on, I think. Yay. Down. It feels like it's down everywhere. Don't think we have to worry about it. There it is. You guys like this print? Hi, Cruz. How are you? Oh, you came out with $37. Cut it off. Sorry. How are you guys doing, Patty? Welcome, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna put lace over our corners. Speaking of fabric, right? So I want to start where I'm not gonna waste a ton of it, right? And we're just gonna go over like that. And the first one will be easy. The second one may have to measure a little. Let's see, how do I want to put the lace down? I think we'll just use some stick fast maybe, or no, maybe some Tide Bond. Quick and thick, that should hold it pretty well. If I can get it to come out, that's always the problem. Unfortunately, with this glue is getting it to come out. Okay. And then, yeah, I was like, I'll glob it out like I did the paint first thing this morning. All right, getting it on there. Hopefully you guys can see okay. Definitely have enough on there. Just gonna take a little bit back off. So this is a little bit different, right? It's going to be more shabby chic looking, I feel like, when we get done. Okay, here we go. We're going to stretch this lace across here. And I'm just going to wrap it around the sides and around the back a little bit. That'll help hold it in place. So I'm going to grab fabric scissors. Try to decide how much I need. Now I'll need some more of that glue. I don't know why I was being picky about it going over at this edge, right? I'm just going to put a little bit on this, or a lot, on this plate over here. Seems to be the thing of the day. You either can't get hardly any, or you're getting a ton of it. And then I'm just gonna wrap that around. And then I'm gonna do the same over here. All right. And then see which way I want to fold this. And I'm going to cut some of this off. So when you guys do meals for Easter, do you always do a great big meal, or do you do something simpler? We used to always do these big meals, you know, with like turkey or ham and all the fixings, which was amazing, right? But the last few years have been like, I just don't want to mess with all of that. It's hard to enjoy the day, you know, when you're having to spend it all cooking. And then like with Easter, if you're going to church, that's taking, you know, a part of your day anyway. So just trying to get that tight, you guys. And I cut a little bit more off because I don't want it all over the back. Go back to my glue pile over here. So I was trying to decide, what should I do this year? That would be easy. Hi Sherry, how are you today? So I think I'm opting for sliders and we usually do kind of potluck style. That way people can bring different types of sliders and we can do sides, and shouldn't be that difficult. All right, we almost have this on here. Just want to make sure it's gonna stay down. So I'm excited about that. I think that'll be good. So there's our first lace corner. Do you guys like that? I just wanted it to be really subtle, not something that's gonna stand out a lot. Lace corner number 1. One more. I mean, you could do all 4. For now, we're only going to do 2. And if I decide it needs 1 on each corner, I can always come back and add that in. Oh, your family wants fried chicken? It'll be a big meal. 17. Yeah, we have around 20 when everybody's here. And that's about all the room we have. So it's like, can't get much more than that. So I need to make sure I have enough to tuck around. Okay, I'm going to measure real quick to see how far I went down. So they can be, it's about 4 inches. That's pretty close right there. Let's get down a hair more. Got it tucked up there. Okay, right about there, I think. Although that looks a little bit. Yeah. I just need to angle it off a little bit more. That was my problem. Okay. So about right here. Whoops. And then I move it. Okay. I think right here is where we need it to be. I'm going to lift that up and get some glue down here. Hi Terry, how are you this morning? Thank you all for being on. So how is the weather where you guys are? Are you through all the bad stuff now? I think it's supposed to be pretty nice in Colorado for a while now. When I looked at the weather app, it didn't show anything coming anytime soon that I saw. Hi Hi, Lucretia. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome. Sorry, getting this glue all over my hands. Okay, let's go ahead and glue our sides. Don't know why I took the glue off, but sometimes it just starts bothering me. I'm like, I gotta wipe it off. You would never know that I actually did love making mud pies and stuff when I was younger. Of course, that was a lot of years ago and things have changed. Oh, hi Roslyn. Your weather is cold in Ontario. Yeah, we are actually supposed to get into the high 70s. So it has been pretty chilly here. We've kind of been off and on. It's either been fairly warm or really cold. Okay, I think we've got it. Yay! I'm going to glue down our back side. And we can start working on some felt roses for this. Here I thought I got too much glue out, but it wasn't enough, so had to get out more. And I'm going to cut off some of that. Oh, thank you, Roslyn. If you guys have not yet followed my page, I would love for you to do that. And I know Reba would love for you to follow her page too. Her link is up in my description. And if you see any other crafting sisters on here that you haven't yet followed, be sure and give them a check. As in, check out their page. Hi, Melissa. Give them a check. You know, I know what I'm thinking and it makes sense in my head, but when it comes out sometimes not so amazing, right? Or you can also, if you want to check if you're still following, or if you haven't followed, you can always do in the comments, you just type exclamation point and then notify, small case letters all together, no spaces. So it's just exclamation point NOTIFY. Sometimes Facebook just takes us off of pages if we haven't been there for a little bit, or they just decide an update happens and it just occurs. So it's always good to check every once in a while, because if you haven't been getting notifications when I go live, that could definitely be why they've unfollowed you from my page. And again, I also have Telegram too, that you can subscribe to my channel there, and I try to let you guys know when I'm going live. So, sorry guys. Here it is with the lace. Can you see it okay? All right, so now we're gonna make some felt flowers for it. I just wanted this to be really soft and delicate. So that was the look I was going for today. I love the lace. I think it really adds a lot to it. So I have a piece of pink felt. I have some cream, or I could get out some white. And then I have a lavender too. So I don't want these flowers to be really, really big. So I think that's going to be about wide enough. Let me kind of, after I put my, well, no, what did I do with my roller? I set it over here. It's right about ½ inch if you guys are curious. So I'm just cutting that down, hopefully fairly straight, although that's never been exactly great for me either. Getting things straight, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is fold those together, and then we're just going to make slits. Now we don't want to go all the way to our fold here, so we're just going to try to keep it just a little ways down. And these are pretty simple felt flowers. If you guys have never made them before, and obviously a piece of felt is very inexpensive. Sometimes I do get carried away and cut all the way through it, so hopefully that does not happen this morning. There's all sorts of felt flowers that you can make. I've been wanting to make some new ones that I haven't made before. So probably see that coming up, hopefully sometime not too far off. And sometimes I try to keep them fairly evenly spaced out, but sometimes it gets a little wider than others. And that's okay. You're not going to notice it when you get it all rolled up, so you're not going to have to worry about that. Sorry, this is kind of like painting. You're focusing. Not saying much, you're just focusing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a little line of hot glue right here. Hopefully I forgot to push the trigger, so it's probably not ready yet. All right, just a second. Hi, Brenda with Totally Together Crafting. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? I don't know what it is about my hot glue gun, but it can be on, but until I push that trigger, it doesn't start heating up. Okay. Cruz, thank you for being here. I hope you have a blessed day too. I appreciate you hopping on. Get some of this stuff out of our way. Come on, glue gun. Clean up this glue from the back of our lace there, so don't get it on our little flower here. Okay, it's barely starting, but it's starting. Probably should have my finger protectors on. I'm just going to try to keep this bottom edge, you know, flat so that our flowers will set down flat. So yeah, you're just going to keep running a little line of glue up there. You might not have to do it the whole lengthwise. I usually do. You could probably just tack it here and there, but I just like it looking really tight. So I usually just run the glue along the whole thing. Glue is drying too quickly here. The fan didn't dry my paint fast enough, but it's drying my hot glue fast enough. I'm going to go ahead and set it down here. That may help me a little bit. Move that a little bit so I can roll it this way. Sorry, you guys probably can't see a whole lot. Getting there. And like I said, you can make all sorts of different kinds of felt flowers. Got that last little bit to go here. And then you can make some little leaves for your flowers. We could add some pearls to the middle of our flowers if we wanted to. All right. Flower number 1. Thank you guys for staying here with me. And then you can just kind of open it up once you get it glued. And I'll show you up closer here. So this is one way to do a felt flower. Like I said, this one's pretty easy and it looks cute if you don't drop it. So here's our first flower. And so we could just set that down on our corner. I think I would rather probably have it on a corner than on the print itself. I almost think like the other two I would make a little smaller, but you don't have to make the same kind. You can do a different one. I have some bigger ones too already made, different colors, but they would be too big for this one. I feel like here's in the wrong color, but here's like a red rose. I mean, it wouldn't look awful there, but it is fairly big. I made this one. These colors are all pretty bright. Do you have a white rose, and then you could add the pink around it, would be pretty. This is too pink, but that one, I just put one of those flowers in the middle of it. So but yeah, all sorts of, and there's a different way you can make it other than this, where you have loops instead of just the cuts. So it depends on whether you want the loops or just the cuts. You know, for this one, I just wanted it to have the cuts, but you can do either way. I think that's pretty much it. I have that one. So yeah, you can have a ton of fun with felt flowers. And like I said, we could make some little leaves for our flowers. I don't want to keep you guys on here too long, but let's do one down here. I'm just going to fold it and try to do one that way. Hopefully I won't get it too big. Okay, so there would be a leaf if you wanted to add leaves to it. Some other things, like I said, we could add some beads into our flowers, or we could even make a little bow hanging down here. We could even trim this with our beads or pearls. That would be really pretty. And of course we could add some totally dazzled pieces in here. So just trying to give you guys different ideas of what you can add to this just to step it up a little bit. It's beautiful in and of itself. You don't even have to add anything to it if you don't want. I mean, if I just have the bunny print alone, it's pretty. Then added the lace, it's still really pretty, right? But felt flowers are just another way, especially if you kind of like vintage shabby chic, of adding to your prints. And they're pretty soft normally, you know, depending on the color choice. And a change up from artificial, right? Because I tend to use those a lot, and I'm like, oh, there's other things I could be using. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope I gave you some ideas, some inspiration. Like I said, I don't want to keep you on here too long. So I'm going to make up a couple more flowers, probably smaller maybe. And I don't know if I'm using the leaves or not. And I'll just play with it a little more, and I will definitely show you guys a picture of it. I have a bunch of pictures I'm going to be posting of past projects, so stay tuned for that on my page. If I did them with Reba Rose prints, I'm going to be sharing them into her groups. But this is what we have so far. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out once we get it all together, right? So if you guys like these ideas, give me some hearts, let me know. If you've ever tried felt flowers, let me know, or if you haven't, we'll probably use them on more projects in the future, and I'll be teaching you different ones, but it's a great accessory for your prints. All right, you guys, be blessed. I hope you liked today's I didn't expect the fireworks. I was just doing the thumbs up. But anyway, I hope you liked today's idea. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow on my page at 10:15 Mountain Time. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. Love you all.